I am Shiva. I will go over about AWS storages, available storage services from AWS in this video. EBS, Elastic Block Storage, S3 Bucket, EFS, Elastic File System, Glacier, Storage Gateway, Snowball. First I will give small review about all these services, then I will explain brief in later videos, in the same videos. Elastic Block Storage, EBS, which is same like adding additional VMDK to your existing VM, existing EC2 instance, like adding VMDK. Also it has option to create snapshot. If we have one EC2 instance, we can attach EBS, Elastic Block Storage, with the size and IOPS limit to this EC2 instance. You can add few more EBS also to the same EC2, but you cannot add this EBS to here, to the another EC2. So you have to create another EBS to attach to another EC2. S3 bucket. So S3 bucket, it's a unique name, it's a policy based storage, and the storage can be added to your VPC as well as on premise. Also you can set it up to sync with your on premise storages using storage gateway. This also can serve like a website, like a URL, and you can give website, static website, and you can give permission to public to view if you need. EFS, it's the Elastic File System, which is same like a NFS mount, and you can attach the same single EFS to multiple EC2 instance, and as well as you can share that EFS across multiple zones in a region. Glacier, it's a good backup solution. It is the same like a storing data, but retrieving the data, it's not easy. It takes 3 to 4 hours to retrieve. It's available per region, so it's retrieve, it's not quicker. It's a low cost, so if you copy any data to that one, so it's going to take time to retrieve, which is good for backup. Storage gateway, which helps to connect your on-premise storage with S3 storage or Glacier to do backup or to do synchronization, application synchronization. The storage gateway helps. There are 3 types of storage gateway: file gateway, which is like a file based copying; volume gateway, which is like a block level copy; tape gateway, it's like a backup; and snowball service, which is a physical device which Amazon will send you the physical storage to your on premise. You can copy that petabyte of lot of data. When during copy, all will be encrypted and copied to that snowball storage, and it uses that keys to encrypt. So AWS, Amazon manages the keys. So also that key must never sent via snowball. So it is safe to send data using a snowball. If you have petabyte more and more data, so you can send the data using snowball. They will copy it to the S3 or Glacier, which wherever you need. So here I am showing S3. It's a storage which you can available for your VPC, and using a storage gateway from your on-premise storage, you can make either you can sync it both the way or one direction, as well as you can use the snowball service to copy that data from your on-premise to S3 or S3 to your on-premise. Elastic Block Storage, which is like adding VMDK to EC2 service. So if you go to your AWS console, so you can see that under your VCP, you can see here elastic block storage. I will click volume, create volume. So it has option to choose volume type, general purpose, which is IOPS is one level lower than provisioned IOPS. This is provisioned IOPS is always better. So you can choose according to your need, whichever that whichever that volume type you need. So I'm choosing here general purpose. It shows 3000 IOPS. When I choose that provisioned IOPS, it's 32,000 IOPS. You can also read from here. And as well as magnetic storage, so standard storage, 20,000 IOPS. So which service, which zone you want to use? So you can choose that from your region. These are, I have that Oregon, that US West region. So from that region, so the availability zones are 2A, 2B, 2Z. So select that availability zone. Snapshot ID I'm not using, and create volume. So that will to create EFS. Oh sorry, EBS, elastic block storage. I will put a size, small size, 5, create volume. So volume created successfully, close. So now this volume is created successfully. So how can I use this volume? You can attach this volume to your EC2 instance. Click action, attach volume, select your instance which is running. So you can attach and you can format and you can use it. I will go over those detail in different videos. So for now I will go ahead and cancel this. Also I will go ahead and delete this volume because I don't want to get overcharged. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. Yeah, actually I hit delete. It's not refreshing. I will refresh here. Yeah, it's gone. Next I will go to S3 bucket. So create a bucket, create S3 bucket. Enter unique name. If I enter even my name, it may not be available. I know it's not available. See that is not available. So I'll put different name. It is available. So versioning tag. Click next. Do not grant public read access to this bucket. You can give access if you need, unless if public want access, you can architect according to your need. Similarly, log also. Click next and create S3 bucket. I'll go over more detail adding a content and how to use that S3 bucket in later video. So right now I will go ahead and delete this bucket. I will create a separate video about S3. EFS, Elastic File System. So create a file system, create Elastic File System. So like I told, I will go over more detail in different video. This is it's a basic level only. So same like create one instance, one EFS for your VPC. So you can make it available this file system NFS, any EC2 instance running in this VPC. Also you can make it available, the EFS system make it available in following zone, whichever zones you need. Creating EFS file system and adding it to EC2 instance, mounting into EC2 instance, I will show in later videos. I will keep this video level just basic. So the next Glacier. Glacier. So you can create wallet like a per region. So you select you have this region already and click, enter your wallet name and go ahead and create Glacier. Using file gateway, it stores like a files as object in S3, in Amazon S3, which is similar like copying files and with a policy based and retrieve immediately. Volume gateway, it's a block storage in Amazon S3. So I will go over that in later videos, more details. Like a tape gateway, it's like a backup for Amazon Glacier. So with the file gateway, you have option to access the most recently used data. With a volume gateway, it's a point level of backup, like a snapshot. With the tape gateway, which is for Amazon Glacier, even from your tape backup to Amazon Glacier. So I will show how to achieve this communication between your on-premise and AWS VPC. It's a file gateway. If you see file gateway, this is your NFS client. So NFS client to this file gateway. When you buy that service, storage gateway, select the service file gateway and buy that service. So how you to make that communication? It is a OVF running in your on-premise. NFS client, your NFS client need to communicate to the file gateway using this standard protocol. And file gateway has that DNS name. So make sure DNS server 53 is open, as well as that NTP server UDP 123 is open. So the file gateway can communicate to that Amazon S3 using 443, and the file gateway can communicate to that storage gateway using 443. 22 for support channel and 443 you can configure with Amazon CloudFront. And that file gateway can be accessed using port 80 and as well as 443. So AWS Management Console can access that web browser using 443. So that is for file gateway. So the volume gateway uses that iSCSI initiator. So volume level gateway using the iSCSI initiator, the standard port 3260 Open the 3260 as usual. DNS server 53, NTP client, NTP server 123, volume gateway or tape gateway, 443 communication to AWS storage, 22 for support, 443 for Amazon CloudFront, same like then web browser and Amazon management console. So here the ACL, the permission that goes through that which need to be assigned in that firewall. So that region will vary, so that's why they mentioned region Amazon AWS.com 443. The service is available per region. File gateway, it's mostly available in all locations except for the tape gateway is not available in South America. Here supported NFS client for file gateway. Supported file system operation for file gateway. Supported iSCSI initiators. Supported third-party backup application for tape gateway. So if you are doing first time backup, you need to copy large amount of data, like a petabyte size of data. So you can use the Snowball service. I will cancel here. I will move on to next. This is last is a Snowball. So create a job, AWS Snowball. Import into AWS S3, export from AWS S3, local compute and storage only. So if you see here, the steps are given: create and import job, connect the appliance, plug the appliance into your local network, download and run Snowball client with your credential to the connected appliance, copy your data to the appliance. Once you complete, disconnect appliance and ship it back to as it is. No packaging required. AWS will move your data to that Amazon S3. I will stop recording this video here. Rest I will go in the next videos. Thank you.